Okay, I'm here with Varsha, my good friend Varsha. Hello, Varsha.
Hi, Chris.
I know Varsha from my school, the Institute of Transpersonal Psychology. And so what are you going to make for us today?
We're going to make two dishes today. The first one is going to be a snack that actually really simple, only 3 ingredients. It's called kale chips. The second one is dal, Indian style mung bean dal.
Okay.
And the reason why I chose these two is because every meal that I have includes a vegetable and a protein.
Yeah.
And, really I have to say the reason why I accepted your invitation to be on the show was because I was really inspired by your story, your kind of goal to get healthy and to learn new dishes and all of that. So that was really inspiring for me. So
well, thank you.
I accepted your invitation.
I'm so glad.
The one thing that I've done to change my diet and to include these things, these vegetables and these proteins, is that during the week I always include a vegetable, a protein, and then I make sure that I have everything else, iron, calcium, everything.
Okay.
And then on Saturdays I eat whatever I want. So once a week I eat whatever I like. So if there's eclairs or cakes or whatever that I see during the week, I know, okay, that's what I'm going to be having this Saturday.
Yeah, I know there are a few diets that talk about that that helps with the, binge control, you could say.
Right. Well, I think, there's certain pleasures in life that I don't want to not have in my life. So it's nice to kind of limit it to one day a week when I know I'm going to be with friends anyway that day. So that
makes sense. Yeah, I've been starting to do that too. And
oh, really?
It does help, yeah.
Great. So,
all right. So what
for the kale,
yes,
the first dish that we're going to make is the kale chips.
Okay. Basically,
we're going to just get kale, and this one, and it could be long kale. There's a lot of different kinds of kale. It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
But essentially, we're just going to wash and clean them, and then we're going to cut the stem off. So we're not going to chop it into little pieces, nothing like that.
Okay.
Just the middle stem is kind of a little thick and rubbery, so we're just going to cut that part off.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it on a tray. So we have a tray here with some aluminum foil.
Yes.
And let's get started.
All right, let's get started. Okay, so here's a knife, and let's see how this works. Much better, much healthier than potato chips, I bet.
Of course. So it doesn't really matter how you do it.
You just sort of are getting off the...
Just getting the stem off.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. All right, Varsha, so what's the next step? So let's just show them what we did. We cut off the stems. And what are we going to do now?
So we're going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil, so about a tablespoon or 2, depending on how much kale we have.
Okay.
And then we're going to put some salt on it.
Okay.
Now, today we're keeping it simple. We're just using salt. But like potato chips, you really have unlimited kinds of toppings that you can use. You can do, lime and chili. You could do soy sauce for the vegans who need vitamin B. You can use nutritional yeast. There's kind of unlimited toppings
choices
that you can do today.
We can experiment. And we're just going to keep it simple for the sake of the lesson today.
Exactly.
So here we go.
So we're just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them.
Okay. What a great idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Just a little bit more. Now, olive oil is something that's really important, healthy to have in your diet. Now, of course, you don't want to have too much of it, but it does have a lot of health benefits.
Okay. I was thinking earlier about interesting contests, healthy contests, and one would be healthy alternatives to potato chips. Contests.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Okay. I think kale is probably one of the healthiest vegetables that you can.
That's what I hear. I hear the nutrition density is just amazing. So we're just going to do the salt now.
A little bit of salt, and so for some people who need to lower their salt intake because of heart conditions or whatever, they can use less salt.
Okay.
So it really depends on the person. right.
Cool. All right. So into the oven, and then how long are we going to be putting it in there for?
I'd say about 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Great. All right. We'll check in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So Varsha, what's next on the menu?
So what we're going to make next is an Indian dal.
Okay.
And there's a few ways to make it. There's a very simple way,
Uh-huh.
and then there's, all the different varieties that are made in each different region.
Right.
Today, I'm going to start out with a simple one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add a few things just to show, all the different kind of options you have.
Oh, cool.
You really don't have to go that complex. You don't have to add all of those things.
Okay.
So for example, a lot of times people will add, like in dal makhani, you put like cream or curd, kind of like a milky richness to it. My sister's vegan, so I can't do that in our house. So instead I use silken tofu.
Oh, okay.
So I just use a little bit of that. Kind of makes it a little bit more fancy.
I see.
So
Sounds good
it's
to
not
me.
necessary ingredient or anything like that. I also really love to add tomatoes to my dal.
Tomatoes are good, yeah.
Especially when I'm first making the spices, when I'm frying the spices up, and I put the tomatoes in, they really absorb into the tomatoes and kind of add a really nice flavor to the dal.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
So we're just going to cut up some tomatoes now.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so for the dal, I like to soak it overnight.
Okay.
This is a mung dal,
Uh-huh.
but there's a lot of different varieties. Any Indian grocery store, even Whole Foods in their bulk section, will have a few different types of dal. So,
Okay.
So I soaked it overnight, which just makes it cook a little faster, and then I'm just going to boil it. So,
Oh, okay.
so that's it. If you use a pressure cooker,
Yes.
it cooks in less than 5 minutes.
Whoa.
But if you just want to boil it on the stove, it takes about 30 minutes, and it gives you plenty of time to make the spices and to prepare everything else.
Okay.
So that's it.
Sounds good. And how's it, Kale?
Smells good.
Oh, it does smell good. Wow. Look at that.
You can hear it crackling a little bit.
Yeah.
See, some of the edges are brown. That's good.
Okay.
And so when you taste them or feel them, they're surprisingly very crispy.
Oh, yeah, they are. Very crispy. And it's about
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. What a perfect...
Would you like to try one?
Yeah. Is
Please.
it... Okay. It'll be... Wow. Very good. Have you had one? That is good.
Addicting. Totally
They
addicting.
are addicting, but it's better than potato chips addicting.
Thank you.
All right. Good job, Varsha. All right, so what do you...
Okay, so as the dal boils,
Uh-huh.
it usually there's a kind of a white foamy thing that comes
I
to the
see,
top.
yes.
I like to scrape it off. Now, of course, when you have a pressure cooker, you don't need to do any of that.
Uh-huh.
But when I'm doing it this way, I like to pull it off.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
that's it.
And so you just kind of scoop it out.
Yeah.
Okay. That
That's
looks
it.
something even an amateur could do.
Okay, so in doing the spices,
Uh-huh.
what we like to call a chance, or kind of a type of masala mixture.
Yes.
First, we put a little bit of oil. I use vegetable oil just because my sister's vegan, so she can't use ghee. I mean, ghee is kind of the standard, but I like to use a little.
Vegetable oil
Just a little bit.
works pretty
Couple
well.
tablespoons or so.
Okay.
And here are the spices that we're going to use. Now, the spices that I think are kind of... There's 3 that need to be included always.
Okay.
And that is cumin, coriander. So this is coriander and some cumin seeds.
Okay.
Black mustard seeds. And I think that if you just use those 3, that would still be really good.
Okay.
I like to add a few other things. Like, for example, I like to add some ginger powder to it. Adds a really nice flavor. I don't eat garlic, so I put just a pinch of hing.
Okay.
It's also called asafoetida.
I see.
Turmeric. Add a little bit of turmeric. And a little bit of red chili pepper flakes.
Okay, and can we see these? Maybe we see that, and then maybe we can see the packaging. So you were saying
Sure.
this is
So at any Indian store, yeah, it's very affordable.
Here in Mountain View, on El Camino, there are several Indian stores you're saying?
There are, yes,
okay.
yes. So you can see this mustard seeds, cumin seeds,
and all at
coriander.
Coriander at the Indian store. Okay.
Right. Now, you don't even need to get all of these separately. There's so many different kind of pre-made mixtures.
Oh.
So, for example, like this is a garam masala.
Oh.
All of the ingredients are already mixed together for you.
Okay.
So even something like this, you can get several different, packages with pre-mixed.
Okay.
You just kind of want to really think about what ingredients you want in it because there's so many different bottled varieties.
I see.
I prefer to make my own because that way I know
you
what's
have
in
control then.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put the black mustard seeds in.
Okay.
The black mustard seeds and the cumin seeds, I like them to be snapping and popping before I add the other things.
Okay.